You love Pearl.
Lena.
Bounty is more absorbent, so the roll can last 50% longer than the leading ordinary brand. So you get more life.
Amazon has everything you need for the perfect holiday get-together. With free shipping on over 100 million items, you can entertain your way. For good times this holiday, visit Amazon.
Hi, I'm Paul. I used to ask if you could hear me now, but I made the smart choice and switched to Sprint. These days, all networks are great, so why would anyone pay twice as much with Verizon? Now, when you switch, you'll get 4 lines of unlimited for $25 a month with the 5th line free. 5 lines for only $100 a month. That's 50% off the unlimited rates of the other guys. It's the best price for unlimited.
Don't let a 1% difference cost you twice as much. Plus, switching at 50% off Samsung's newest phone.
Think about what you can do with all that extra money.
Motherfucker, weed!
I'm just waiting for him to say it. Hey, what's your bird saying again?
Weed, motherfucker, weed!
Never let go of your dreams. The Mercedes-Benz Winter Event is back. Lease the E300 sedan for $569 a month at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Only Tylenol Rapid Release Gels have laser fast pain relief. Tylenol.
The year's #1 animated comedy is a smash hit. With an all-new mini movie. Despicable Me 3 on digital app on Blu-ray this Tuesday. Rated PG.
Christmas tree lit last night at 30 Rock. Tonight from New York, Jimmy Fallon, all new. Camille Nanjiani among the guests. Also a very special performance by Miguel. Tonight's show starring Jimmy Fallon on NBC. Got a clinch. So you take the shortest penalty you've ever seen and cut it in half.
You see that accident again? False start. Offense. The center. That's only half the distance to the goal. First down.
Well, that'll be 99 yards, 3 quarters.
That's a half of a half of a half here. Look at that. I don't know about you, but I might put in that big David Irving who gave the center so much of a problem. Put him right on the center and see how I can make him nervous. Probably some kind of a pass almost got before.
Yeah, they got the penetration, trying to get the entire ball out of the end zone to avoid a safety, and they do. Samaje Perine just pounds it in there and gains 3/4 of a yard.
Yeah, he got the 2 penalties back. Look how close this is. If he doesn't get across the line, and it's harder than you think, you hit on it. You have to get the entire football out across that line. Standard, the man-to-man coverage on the outside. Extra tight ends now.
Really, they've got breathing room, and they're still at their own 1. Perine almost lost that ball. Now he's got it, and he gets to the 9-yard line. Chidobe Awuzie hanging on to that ankle tackle.
Anthony Hitchens was thinking about 2 points. He came shooting through, and I think Perine saw him to try to get that ball and get outside as fast as he could. Almost miss the handoff. But here comes Hitchens right through. Is going to meet him in the hole and meet him in the end zone. So would have been the biggest.
Dallas has confusion. They have 10 players. So 10 players on the field, so they take a timeout here with 2:07 left in the opening quarter. Well, Kirk Cousins, this is where he's been so good. Play action passes through week 12. 4th in the league completion percentage, 3rd in touchdowns, hasn't thrown a pick in play action, and the passer rating terrific, 2nd best in the NFL. You think the shots downfield off play action, 3 touchdowns is 2nd, and that's the top of the passer rating there, 176.3, right at the top of the chart. So the question is why? Why is he such a good play action passer?
In a way, they've got good players there, but you think of all the changes. Deshaun Jackson was that big play threat last year, and Pierre Garçon. Then they thought Terrell Pryor was going to be that guy. They've got Jordan Reed at the tight end position. It's unbelievable how many combinations they've been and yet those numbers still good.
3rd and 2. It's the throw here. Dangerously close to another interception. Ryan Grant was in the area. And Washington at least survives that safety, but they go 3 and out.
Anytime you go with this bootleg action, you have to fool one guy. And there he is at the end of the line of scrimmage, and he was not fooled. And then you're in danger of a safety at that point, but at least they got it off the goal line and left themselves a little room to punt.
Press way, heavy rush. He does get rid of it. Kicks a boomer too. 53 yards. Switzer back inside his own 40. And a return of 3 for Ryan Switzer. He's tackled by Ryan Anderson. The backup linebacker. Back in 30 seconds. Here in Arlington.
How did you do that?
Masterpass.
Masterpass?
Masterpass.
Nice chair.
Thanks. I use Masterpass.
Master Pass?
Yeah, Masterpass.
Master Pass.
Yeah, Masterpass. Pass.
Was it expensive?
Priceless.
I'll Master Pass you a new one.
Masterpass by MasterCard. The modern way to pay.
4 possessions for Dallas as the Jones triumvirate over there looks on. It all adds up to 12 plays and only 8 yards so far for Dallas.
Watching highlights from the Super Bowl years.
Even 4 weeks ago, this offense was rolling. 40 against San Francisco, 33 against Washington, 28 against Kansas City. Not much sense. So Morris takes it to the 45. 4-yard gain for the man who spent 4 years in Washington's burgundy and gold.
Like crazy and fist fights and going at it, and it's amazing what a little commerce will do in this relationship.
Does Bryant, Josh Norman turn conflict to commerce as they go back and forth with their rivalry? A few that was in the past. Josh said Dez is just a guy now. Turn that into
what do you want?
A little 30
I
seconds.
need to talk to someone in charge. I'm from Haran.
Oh, check that. AJ Smartus is over there for the tackle for Washington.
Look, I don't know anything about any smuggling, pal. I'm here I need some help.
As for just over the years, these 2 players have gone head-to-head. Remember, of course, Josh Gardner was with Carolina 4 times in terms of games. You see the targets and the number of catches. Against everyone else, all the other quarterbacks, you see the numbers, the others, significantly higher.
Hi, excuse me. Could you just tell me where to find someone? Go for Jazzy. It's going to be inside the box.
Into that matchup.
3rd and 5. Prescott's going to run, get the first down of the game for Dallas, and take it to the 40-yard line. The good run by Dak of 14 yards to use his legs to get a first down.
Boy, a lot of confusion right there on the Washington's defense. There's Dez on the outside against Norman. Nothing really there. And then when Dak took off, he knew he was going to have to carry this football team. We've talked about it a little bit earlier in the fact that there's just been a lack of energy in this building. I mean, people are so excited about the Dallas Cowboys, and yet this year, they're looking for it again, right? They're looking for it.
After 1, no score. Thursday Night Football continues after these messages from your local station.
Tiger Woods returns. The Hero World Challenge. Tomorrow on Golf Channel and Saturday on NBC.
Black Friday time at Priority. With Priority Toyota Richmond employee pricing on every new model in stock. You pay what we pay on new Camry, Corolla, RAV4, every new Toyota. Plus, Priority for life. The Black Friday sale at Priority Toyota Richmond.
Need something? You the one in charge? I need some. Talk to Jasir.
The holidays are coming, and so is the family. Xfinity will have you ready. Xfinity delivers the best in-home Wi-Fi experience for your devices. Plus, you can get Xfinity Mobile included with your internet, so all you pay for is data. Get ready for the holidays with this limited time offer on Xfinity TV and internet. Just $79.99 a month for 2 years and add X1 DVR service free for a year. Or ask how to get a $500 prepaid card when you add Xfinity Mobile. Click, call, or visit a store today.
It's Black Friday time at Priority Nissan. Incredible savings that only come once a year. Right now, take up to 50% off MSRP on a new Nissan. And save even more with Priority for life. Up to 50% off new Nissans now during the Black Friday sale at Priority Nissan.
Craig, and what you can expect for tomorrow night's grand illumination tonight after the game.
For heroes through in liberating strife.
In liberating strife. Who more themselves their country loved.
And mercy more than life.
America, America, may God thy gold refine.
Till all success in every game
Makes America beautiful.
Tonight's aerial coverage is provided by Geico, the Star, in Frisco, Texas, 40 miles northeast of here. Of course, that's the headquarters of the Cowboys, where they train all lit up for the holiday season. Hot day of November here. Puerto Rico Pescado ahead of Fox. Scoreless with the Redskins and the Cowboys. Essential game for both teams. For Dallas, the first down carry for Dallas. Gains about 3 yards. We say essential. Let's look ahead to what's coming up for these teams. Washington has no teams with winning records, as you see. They've played the toughest schedule in the league to this point. Dallas has had the Giants, the Raiders on the Sunday night.
You forgot to tell me
this.
this?
Seattle, and who knows if Philadelphia will even need that. It's the importance to get to 6-6 and be thinking about, can you sweep the rest? Washington more likely of those. But injuries have been a problem, and that's the guy who's done so much for them. Their top tackler, Zach Brown, is down for Washington.
I gotta deal with some customers. Just give me a sign once you got the car.
Looking at his left leg. Twisted in there and stepped on as the athletic training staff looks at him. We're back in 30.
Rated T for Team.
Zach Brown limps off. I mentioned, Chris, what a big part of this defense he's been. Pro bowler with
Speed has been essential on the defensive side.
So Zach Vigil, who's in for Brown, as the run to the left. Barbaras gets the first down at the 31-yard line. So it's back-to-back first downs on this drive, and Vigil is the man on the tackle.
Well, this is what I was talking about early on. When these two guys get it going, Zach Martin, Travis Fredericks, they make the Pro Bowl every single year, along with Tyron Smith on the other side. When those guys begin to take over, and it's certainly going to be easier with Zach Brown, this Dallas team starts looking like something.
31, Morris again looking for a hole. One of them open. Very minimal gain, maybe a yard or so. But Chris, we talked about all these offensive lines and all the injuries, the cohesiveness that's so important to an offensive line. Neither team can have any of that at this point.
Yeah, and let's just say what's obvious. I mean, the Dallas Cowboys are missing arguably two of their best players, and the two that really make them go on both sides of the ball. And that's Ezekiel Elliott and that's Sean Lee. Those are the two guys that stir the pot for the Dallas Cowboys, and they haven't quite been able to overcome the fact they're not out there playing.
That play call sheet looks different when you're running for Elliott. So Dak's doing a little more running here. It's only going to be a gain of a yard as he slides down in front of Martell Spate, the linebacker.
But you know, I do think that Dak Prescott could help himself with some more deep throws. There was a time with Dez Bryant that if he had that one-on-one with Josh Norman, he's getting that ball.
One at the end of the first quarter?
Just throw it up in the air.
Okay.
One-on-one is one-on-none. When you get a really talented receiver, you have to give him a chance to make that play.
And maybe the plays that kept them going, give them a little juice. You were Prescott, tell Ron Smith, you get out there. Empty the backfield. And throw complete. There is Dez. And the house gets louder. First down, Dallas in the red zone.
Well, and what you want to do is get the ball to somebody that can start the fist fight. And I use that term loosely. I shouldn't say that. But to basically get out there and get something going, you know, and he's going to fight for every yard, and he's going to turn around. And once he gets that thing going, this offense can get something going.
Gain of 11. Morris is caught in the backfield by Zach Vigil. So it's back-to-back plays for Vigil, who started last week, but Martell Spate was out.
Yeah, Jonathan Cooper just couldn't quite get to him right there. Watch, he tries to come here and get back over and just can't make it. It surprised him a bit with that run blitz.
This is down here against Josh Morgan. Bottom of the screen. Goes the other way. The pass is held on to by Cole Beasley as the flag comes in. A terrific slot cover man. And Kendall Fuller was in coverage. Has also been found guilty.
Kendall Fuller has really played well. A huge difference on this defense.
Pass interference. Defense number 26. The ball is placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down. It's 26 Bashad Breeland.
I don't think so. But just my opinion. I think it was on Fuller.
Brown back in on that Washington defense. This has been a decent Dallas drive. First one of the night. This one has a first down. Trying to get a touchdown. From the 14, Kerrigan got in there early, but not early enough to get Alfred Morris. It's on the 10-yard line to the 8. Goes Morris.
Just now you're getting some power football going. You get Cooper coming across on the trap. You get the fullback in there. And the Redskins will tell you there's a little arrogance to the Dallas Cowboys run game. Their feeling was they had to knock it out of them. And they did early on. But right now, the Cowboys starting to assert some of that arrogance.
Witten, lone receiver to the top. That's a touchdown. Jason Witten.
Witten do this all the time, and he's so good at it. Watch him squeeze him out, and then gives him the angle for the throw. You think, oh, what's he getting out there? And they just, all he's doing is creating some space. And guys like Taylor and Antonio Gates, they can play until they're 35 years old because they know the basketball play. They get up there, they get in position. Smaller safeties can't get around.
And Bailey for the extra point. It's been so good for this Cowboy offense. Good field position and will make the most of it. Touchdown pass, first time in a while. Takes a look at the reception. Now, for a limited time, any Papa John's pizza is $10. That's any Papa John's large pizza or pan pizza, only $10. Call now or order online at papajohns.com.
Better ingredients, better pizza.
Papa John's.
Give joy, give joy.
Yes, hear you. Ow.
The freedom of knowing that you were out in front of me.
You hear me? I just want to make sure.
But what didn't trade you is that while you were basking in old glories, we were forging a new path.
Tonight's Football brought to you by Bose, official sound of the NFL. This is year 2, and it's going to happen all week around the NFL. My cause, my cleats. About 500 players seeing some of the samples of tonight's footwear, showcasing their personal causes and using their cleats to share it with the world, raising funds by auctioning their cleats for many of these players, and 100% of the funds will be donated to the charities selected by the players. Great opportunity for expression for the players in the NFL this week. Was dangerously close to going out of bounds, but is fielded by Maurice Harris, who got a couple of blocks, but will not get out to the 20-yard line. Jeff Keith was there for the stop. Here's Heather.
Each of her 3 sons, and Redskins long snapper Nick Sundberg is supporting Loads of Love, launched to provide schools with washers and dryers, providing a solution for kids that are skipping school because they don't have clean clothes to wear. Pretty cool initiative, Mike.
Wow, that's really cool. But both charities and all the causes the players are wearing. Great deal to share a couple of those. You'll see it all weekend around the league. It's a great thing. Cousins going up top, trying to change the momentum here. Incomplete for Josh Doctson. And that's the rookie we showed you at the top. Chidobe Awuzie on the coverage in his first NFL start.
A lot of changes in the secondary, and here's a big one. They've been waiting to see this young man, a second-round draft pick this year, and Chidobe Awuzie going out. Looked like Doctson had a chance for that one.
What a
but that's
gunpoint.
just man-to-man coverage on the outside, and
Finally,
if he can
did
get
what my
that one
father
done,
should have done a long time ago.
You didn't answer my question.
Of
There's got to be something I can do to convince
You
you.
don't have to convince me. A couple of different ankle injuries.
Show
Morgan
everyone else
Moses, the
you're
right
here to
tackle
give,
for Washington,
not just to take.
down on that play.
76 right there.
Kyle
Oh,
Kranerski. Can you give me some hints?
So many times it's the
What
one
do you
you
guys
never
need?
see
I
coming, and
suppose I
David
could help
Irving
you out.
got across
Just
the line of
remember,
scrimmage
you'll
and
have
just
to
right
return
into
the
the
favor
back.
one day.
Moses' legs, and boy, it has been a tough year for Bill
The
Callahan.
groundwater's got polluted a
21
while back.
combinations now in that
Imagine
offensive
what would happen
line.
if you got our water
Here we go
running
again. It's
Assume
almost
there is a way to do
remarkable that
this?
they're still in this, really.
Yes,
I mean,
there is.
I've never heard of
But it's
that
in
before.
banded
No,
territory.
21 different
Several men
setups
who
of players
volunteered to
across
go
the
there,
line in various
they never
formations.
came back.
8 offensive
wouldn't
linemen have missed a
recommend
game. They've given up 6
Unless you have a
sacks.
death wish.
Yes,
Back-to-back
If you do,
games.
then
guess who the
follow
only
the
one did
pipeline.
not miss a game is?
Morgan Moses.
Yeah. I mean, it's just... And Jay Gruden has to be thinking, what did I do?
As they check on Morgan, we'll step out for a moment.
It would be great if human beings were great at being human. And if all of mankind were made up of kind women and kind men. It would be spectacular if the golden rule was golden to every man. And the good things that we ever did was everything that we can.
Treating others like we'd like to be treated has always been our guiding principle.
You thought you were out there all alone. And then one day, there we were. How odd it must have felt to suddenly find you. A little bigger, a little closer. And then this happened. And then this.
Brad, you're working on a song about planning for retirement, right?
Yeah.
What's the lyrics?
You're writing now? Here's a man like you and me, retired after 18 years in QB.
seems like it might be about you. Which part? All of it? To that return?
Tomorrow on Good Morning Football, we visit with Bono on the day U2 drops their new album, Songs of Experience. Good Morning Football, tomorrow at 7, live on NFL Network.
Well, just helping throw the doses to the cart and when to take it off. As we said, he came into the injury report, came into the game on the injury report with a knee injury at both ankles, and that right one taking the worst of that as he's helped off on the cart. Well, let's look ahead. Sunday night, we'll have the Eagles, the best record in the National Football League, taking on the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle. A couple of games out west, and Philly grabbed them and maintain their top spot in the NFC. While Latin America gets going, Chris will have the call after that here on the home of Super Bowl 52, NBC.
New look offensive line up there in Seattle with Dwayne Brown, and then we get a chance to see one of the best pass rushing teams in all of football with the Philadelphia Eagles, so it should be a show. See if they can catch Russell Wilson or not.
So that offensive line combo with Ty Secchi, 79, is now a right tackle in there at left guard. Was the 21st combo. It lasted all of 16 plays, and now a 22nd different lineup in front of Cousins. They're the way for Samaje Perine to run the 24-yard line on second down. Set up third and about 4.
Yeah, and so, all right, let's go back a little bit here, right? So now Ty Secchi, who Jay Gruden really feels like could play tackle for a lot of teams in this league, now bounces outside, and Ari Kwanjo, who played a week ago, comes in to the inside. So there is a little experience at both positions. We'll see how they hold up.
Third and 4, Cousins in trouble and brought down by DeMarcus Lawrence with the ball coming out at the end of it, recovered by Dallas. The now NFL sack leader Lawrence pops it out. And Malik Collins comes up with a recovery. Here's the conversation if it was out or not. Yep, surely out. Greg Rolstad and his umpire are having a conversation. The other officials have joined. And it is clearly a fumble and Dallas ball.
You know, it's amazing that Lawrence is going to end up with a sack on the play where he was really the setup man. He was supposed to come down and knock off the inside protectors for his teammate to come looping around. He did his job, turned around. There was Cousins. It's not very often you see the guy who's the setup guy become
actually selling something out here.
Potter, it's got to be assist and
no diarrhea. Yeah, that was great.
Tastes like an angel stepped
and forced the fumble too.
1 gallon for 10 pounds
Dallas
of food. It's a golden
takes advantage of a
10 pounds of food for water. You can start charging for air too.
That is a handle. Look down there.
First down is the run for
Roscoe. He turns handlers over to him.
Feet after Morris gains 8 to the 11. Huh? Swearinger brings him down.
I might let you trade your ride for some water.
Fuck you, asshole.
So be it. All right, boys.
Zach Martin right here is just going to lead the way. And really, since we saw the injury to Zach Brown, he's come back in the game showing a lot of courage. But that's when the Cowboys started getting this running game going.
Right there is his former teammate Morris on that carry. Stacey McGee, inside defensive lineman on the bottom of that pile. Minimal gain. Third down coming up.
Yeah, that's been some year, hasn't it, by Lawrence and for the Washington Redskins. It just couldn't be a worse start. I mean, they couldn't ask any more out of their defense. And Greg,
the bottom of the screen, they'll go to the top instead. Quick option, Rob Smith. He spun forward and the tackle by Brown. He's going to have the first down. He's right on the line of the 9, and that'll move the chains. First and goal for the Cowboys.
Once you're running this option, all the shots are open, and there was Josh Harvey Clemens to give it Dak Prescott, a good shot. It's a great danger. Most defensive coordinators will tell you, you want to run your quarterback? Go ahead. See if you can survive 16 games in the NFL running your quarterback.
The run couldn't stop the momentum of Smith. So first and goal for the Cowboys. On the inside, give Morris picking through inside the 5. And then they stopped just after that, pulled back a little bit. Ziggy Hood at the top of the pile for Washington.
You know, Ziggy Hood's one of those guys they really probably would like to see out play at defensive end. There's Scott Linehan, I think, behind him.
He's been there asking for a job interview.
You know, I've got a suggestion. Yeah. Can't they put a logo of something over top of those guys' mouth and sell it so that we can at least see these guys' faces?
Sales is on it as we speak. Second and goal. Back with the fake. It's going to be caught. Not for a loss of yardage by Noah Brown. The rookie out of Ohio State. And nothing going on. Washington was all over that. Third and goal.
Well, and Noah Brown typically comes in the game as a blocker. And so I'm sure that Greg Minuski, when he saw this guy in there, was thinking, okay, this is going to be one of those inside zones. He's going to come across the block. He's going to do whatever. Instead, they're trying to throw the football to him. But the Redskins all over that, too.
That's 15 possessions with a goal to go. Dallas has scored a touchdown. See if they get one here. Everybody's moving, but the ball's not. Ball start. Offense. Everyone except the center. Third down.
I love that.
This doesn't mean the center's at fault there. Is that what he's trying to say?
It was a euphemism for 72. Snap the ball. That's great. But this is a threshold now for Jason Garrett and his defense. They haven't scored 10 points in any of the last 3 games without Ezekiel Elliott, so they'll at least get a field goal up here.
5 to the pass.
Second, third, all right. But you can tell, and how many games have we watched, Mike, where when he starts to get it going and you see him throwing guys off, it just gets everything moving forward for the Dallas Cowboys.
Dan Bailey had that groin injury, so it's been a while since he's had a field goal attempt. This one's shorter than the extra point. He kicked a moment ago. And the most accurate kicker in the history of the National Football League is 90%. Knocks through another one, and Dallas has double digits on their side.
Means you can get the double stack, the junior bacon cheeseburger, or crispy chicken BLT with 4 nuggets, fries, and a drink, all for just $4. That's a deal so good it can't be beat. Only at Wendy's, but not for long.
Molly, can you please take out the trash?
I reprogrammed the robots to do the inspection. It's running much faster now. See?
It's amazing, Molly.
Thank you.
Guys, weekend deals are here at Target. You know what that means. Coming through.
This Sunday only, save 10% on Target gift cards. Save big with weekend deals, only at Target.
So on Golf Channel today, it was Tiger Woods, but it wasn't an old one, it was a new one. Played in the Bahamas, shot 3 under 69, he's 3 back. Hero World Challenge, you'll see it tomorrow on Golf Channel, and on the weekend, You're on NBC. First competitive round, 301 days. For the waiver driver, James Hunter looked pretty solid. Let's see him back. Deep kick, no return. Maurice Harris will take a knee. News item to watch on the Dallas sideline. After that field goal, Dak Prescott looked at by the athletic training staff, heading back through the tunnel to the Cowboys locker room. They were looking at his right hand here, Chris.
Yeah, we talked about it, you know, with the run that option play, and it looked like that right hand, that passing hand, took a shot, squeezed it right in. I'm sure they're going to go back. His hand is sore, probably swollen, checking that grip, just trying to make sure that nothing's broken in there, and they could do this pretty quickly with an x-ray. I think they're going to have an answer pretty soon.
The 25, here is Cousins down. Sammy wants the football again. Washington's on it. Taco Charlton, the first-round rookie out of Michigan, forced that out. And Washington is having a case of the dropsies here tonight.
And for Ty and Secchi, got no help at all. Running back P right here is going to pick him off and give a free path on the outside to Taco Charlton. And for Kirk Cousins, this has been a nightmare.
He rises himself over to the sideline. Look at him. There's Marshall in the game. And there is Marshall out of the backfield. That's second and long. Got the sack yardage back close. 4 more. Good finish to the run by Marshall. Fiasco here. Ton of miscues. The drop by Doxson. There should have been catch by Crowder that turned into a fumble. The punt return fumble. Jamison Crowder. And then Cousins losing it here, giving Dallas the ball in the red zone. The defense did a good job limiting them to just 3 points. It's been a first 25 minutes of this game for Washington. 3rd and 7. Cousins flagged down, likely a hold, and the pass incomplete. That's some pressure. Xavier Woods, the secondary, was the add-on pass rusher. See what Rolstead has.
Homie. Offense, number 71. That goes the flag. The result of the flag is 4th down.
Trent Williams with the flag. Cousins has some questions for the referee.
Yeah, no, this is right. Right here, you're going to see as Mayoa tries to escape. Williams has his hand there on the jersey and the pull on the escape. We've seen that a lot. We know Seattle with Russell Wilson, all that scrambling going on. A lot of their offensive linemen got called for holding in that same situation.
Preston Way is set to kick it for Washington. Big kick, 55 yards, juggled by Ryan Switzer. And Switzer turns it upfield. Switzer into the open field. Switzer is gone. He'll go all the way for a Cowboy touchdown.
That was pretty.
83 yards. Terrific when your quarterback's getting x-rays to get 7 on the board.
Watch this. He's just weaving in and out of traffic. Combination, just found little gaps in there. And the last time we were here against the Eagles on the open. Man, he has become a weapon. Watch these little holes. He has to weave his way through and then just turned on the jets after that.
Cowboy fans, it's been a while, almost 4 years. Wayne Harris, 2013, the last punt return for a touchdown. The guy who did it at a record pace in college, Ryan Switzer, gets one there. Dan Bailey adds the extra point, and all of a sudden, the Cowboys, who struggled, who scored 15 points their last 2 games, have 17 in the first 2 quarters here tonight.
Jay Gruden has to be sitting over there going, what was just happening?
Meantime, Dak out of the locker room. Heather Cox on that sideline.
Indeed, Mike Dak just returned from the x-ray room where he was getting that injured right hand x-rayed. Right now, the Cowboys medical staff calling his return questionable, but certainly a good sign that he's back out here on the sideline with his teammates, guys.
And go back to that hit that happened during that last drive. And Josh Harvey Clemens getting right on the face mask to the forearm. As Prescott heads out, Cooper Rush is the backup quarterback. with very little experience. But you said it, Chris, when that happened. That's what you expose yourself to. That's why we haven't seen more of that offense take over as a predominant look in the NFL. You can't afford to lose the most valuable parts of your team.
It's just so hard to go 16 games. Dak Prescott over on the sideline, and Cooper Rush saying, just take a series off. Just take one series. Let me get in there. And he's looked good. When he's been in the game, he just won over everybody during the preseason.
He sure did. No return here, and Washington stunned here by Dallas will take over at the 25-yard line. Hey, Cooper Rush, here's my one moment, you know, and then he should go play Ryan Switzer. Yeah. If Switzer doesn't take the punt back, he's likely ready to get back out there.
You know, for the backup quarterbacks, they sit over there game after game. They prepare, they study all these things. Now the quarterback goes in for an x-ray, and it's like a pit crew stop. And in 23 seconds, he's back out on the field now. All right, maybe we're good to go.
Man, this has got to be a shock to Washington. I know this is a game that they both have to have it. They've made so many mistakes.
They've been awful. They've been absolutely awful in the first half.
From the 25, Kirk Cousins trying to get things going. He's getting very little time. It's a 5-yard completion. Crowder lost it after he was down. So that's going to be whistled down at the 30-yard line, and no return for Heath. We had an interception earlier. Let's check this out and see how close it is. What play to try to dig that out?
That's close, and it was a clear recovery, so they could at the very least.
The runner was ruled down by contact.
Did anything hit?
His bottom was on the 30-yard line, and the challenge flag was thrown by Jason Garrett. Waiting and waiting, getting that one last look, and right before the snap, he was right in the ear of the official and said, let's take a peek. So Bill Callahan next to Jay Gruden, along with the 90,000 in here. Everybody looks up at the big board to see what happened.
Dallas is challenging the ruling on the field that the runner was down by contact.
For Jamison Crowder, he's coming off his best game of his career a week ago, and nothing has gone right here. It's his bottom on the ground. That's... You see that...
But it's the shin. It's the right... Yeah, exactly. We're looking at his bottom on the 30-yard line. I wonder if that right shin...
But look at how the ball was tucked in there.
He's down right there with that right calf hits the back of the grass.
But that ball, remember, it doesn't have to be on the ground. The ball doesn't have to be on the ground. It just has to be loose. At what point is it loose? I would say right there, it's loose. Is anything down?
And then the calf is down at that point. And this gives you a great look because you have the laces there. So as they look at it in replay back at the NFL headquarters, you can watch the laces as they move to see if the ball's out or not. Anthony Hitchens, as we parse through all the minuscule evidence here, we should mention the man who made that upside down punch out or pull out of the ball.
How could you even think about the football at that point when your head is about to drive into the turf, and that's when he got the ball out? You see a little...
After review, the ruling on the field stands as called. The run was down by contact. The second down, Dallas will be charged with their second team timeout.
And they won't be able to earn a third challenge here tonight. And that's one of those where I think as Prescott tests that right hand, as we were all looking at his bottom down, and you heard the fans boo. Well, they're going to boo anyway, but maybe they weren't looking at his calf.
They were looking at us.
That's why they were booing? So nice. So it's a gain of 5. And it's 2nd and 5. Clean pocket for Cousins here, but good coverage on the back end. One more time. Chidobe Awuzie breaks it up. Heather.
A couple of offensive updates for you from the Redskins. 2 starters currently out. Running back Samaje Perine being evaluated for a concussion. Meanwhile, you saw right tackle Morgan Moses get carted off. He remains in the locker room where his right ankle is being evaluated, lending more uncertainty to an already troubled O-line, Mike.
Let's see what happened with Perine on that last drive. And all this momentum has this house rocket. 3rd and 5. Cousins beat. Got away from one. Gonna run for it. Kirk Cousins on his own. Gets the first down at the 35-yard line. They'll mark him at the 36.
Nsekhe out here is going to have a hard time with one of the sack leaders in the NFL. I don't know how Cousins escaped that one, but so many times this year he has been able to carry this football team on his own, and they really need something here before the half's out to change the momentum of this game just a bit.
10 is a throw to Josh Dobson, the second-year player out of TCU. Marcus 39, give him 4 yards.
And they're going to have to take a serious look now at do they give some help over there on the right side to Nsekhe. They are facing a very good pass rusher. That time they had Myron Marshall over there to help if needed. But you either have to quicken up your pass game or you have to give him some help.
Lawrence gets a breather. Taco Charlton and a sack. Earlier comes in, and we hit the 2-minute warning here in Arlington. Scoreless first quarter. 17 for Dallas here in the second. They're on top.
That is so extravagant and moving.
Dilly. Greg, you're alive. Where'd you go? Get beer.
Wait,
so you escaped the pit of misery, and you came back? Yeah, with Bud Light. That is the dumbest thing that I have.
Shut up, Doug.
Yeah, shut up, Doug. Dilly. So, what I missed? Karen cried. Well, I didn't. Yes, you did.
Here's to the friends you can always count on. Bose presents Dialed In. Each week, we'll spotlight an NFL player whose focus, effort, and talent were on full display. Leading the NFC with over 3,000 yards passing, as well as throwing for 19 touchdowns, Redskins quarterback Kirk Cousins has Washington poised for a playoff push. However you feel, really feel. Bose, the official sound of the NFL.
Now receive a credit of $3,000 on the BMW X5 X-Drive 40e.
Now, for a limited time, any Papa John's pizza is just $10. That's any Papa John's large pizza or pan pizza, only $10. Call now or order online at papajohns.com.
Better ingredients, better pizza.
Papa John's.
Give Joy, Get Joy this weekend at Kohl's. It's the one time of year friends and family take an extra 25% off. Give Joy with outerwear for her, boots for him, and stockings for the family. Plus, get Kohl's cash. And remember, friends and family take an extra 25% off. Give Joy, Get Joy at Kohl's.
Hi, I'm Saoirse Ronan, and I'm hosting SNL with you two.
You know, I feel a little left out because I'm not Irish.
Oh, of course you aren't left out, Keenan. Hi, so tell me tonight, and in church is the yeah, you're going to have to leave.
Flex's halftime report. It's coming up with Rich Eisen, Tony Dungy, and Marshall Falk. Highlights and analysis of this first half, and a look ahead to the great Sunday night matchup, Eagles and Seahawks.
Jazir sent me. Well, just kidding. One of the three who got lost. The only
Second and 6 at the 2-minute warning.
I am
Ali. To Barrett Marshall.
They got thrown to that beast. Listen, Ali, this place has to be at least sort of operational. Otherwise, the bandits wouldn't have had any water.
Yeah, we've minimized the play of this new-look Cowboys secondary so far, too. Chidobe Awuzie has made several plays that have made a difference. Orlando Scandrick, take a look at Kayvon Frazier and whether or not he can help them stopping the run.
3rd and 6. Cousins escaping, backpedaling for his life, and finds Crowder on the run. Jamison Crowder. Washington needed this. Crowder accelerating to the 26-yard line. 34 yards. Where did that come from?
This is amazing. Watch this fadeaway jumper here by Kirk Cousins. He's been under siege all night, backpedaling. As soon as he did that, I was thinking, there's no shot they need to be intercepted. But Crowder keeps coming back to the football. You can tell he's upset with himself and what's happened. Watch Crowder come back to the ball and save his quarterback and then turn it into a big play. Nicely done. This game is a long way from over. This is a very young secondary. They've been reshuffled back there. The Cowboys' second half have not been good here the last 3 weeks.
What a replay that was. Backpedaling and firing to keep it out. But the Crowder could not connect.
Yeah, that's one of those replays, and I think that Cousins thought he was going to turn inside, and Crowder turned outside, and they just missed it.
Numbers for Cousins, Washington has been 5 first downs. That play was double points of any other play they've had this first half. 2nd and 10, with some time. Crowder underneath. They'll get to the 20-yard line. He's working in the zone. And 3rd down for him.
Yeah, and the reason they're playing zone defense right now is because they've got Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods started to play on their street, so they didn't think he could keep up with the offense they're playing on the zone.
So with the confusion in the secondary, Cousins kept it off with a big 3rd down. Raiders 4th touchdown of the year, and Washington on score.
Really just the cover 2 defense. There really should have been figured out that safety station. Really no contact. They simply let Brian Grant get outside. You know, maybe they play it differently here in Dallas, but guys are always trained not letting that receiver get outside in the cover 2. Standard did. Easy pass, easy touchdown.
Another part high school. Nick Rose, it's where he went to school, so a chance to return home. The Stadium at the extra point, and Washington back in 17-7 with a minute, 1 timeout for Dallas. Well, terrific start to week 14. Next week we will be in Atlanta. Drew Brees and the Saints against Falcons, GC. Because the story of the NFC South, putting 4 teams ahead for those teams at the top of the division and in the playoff chase coming up here this week. New Orleans plays Carolina and Atlanta plays Minnesota. This is the draw I was talking about. And this is Kirk under siege, backpedaling. And there's something we've seen from him. He really has a strong offense, a terrific throw on his way down the top right.
But you don't make that throw unless you have great faith in the fact that your receiver is going to come back and get that football. But, you know, there's very good out of that.
And we'll talk about it. Gets talked about with all the Washington games on. We have a super multi-quarterback. We have a guy who can take us all the way there in Cousins, and the contract issue and the franchise tag and all this stuff that's funny. Every part to read, every line that's said on each side. The Redskins can't negotiate with him right now. The one thing you can say, if he's not playing quarterback, who's going to play the position better for Washington? So if they franchise him again next year, Dak Prescott coming back in the game after the X-rays on his hand. Here he was warming up.
That's the number 1.
Oh yeah, I'm at some kind of pumping station. The pipeline ends here.
With other fingers not feeling so great. That's a problem. So they've got a guy there that can run their offense and hopefully they're running game.
59 seconds, 1 timeout. Let's see how it plays back here. Prescott's going to line up the throw on 1st down. That one looked pretty good. That's an 8-yard completion to Dez Bryant. Shot reeling over there on the coverage.
That's coming out. Wobble, but he's testing it out.
2nd and 2. He's got an avenue to run. He's going to pump backs up a little more and slide down around the 41-yard line. Dallas going to use that final timeout here with 43 seconds until halftime. Ball comes to Washington to start the second half. Chris, I know they've had you on Good Morning Football. They've got a mantra ball. Bono is with the crew tomorrow. U2 drops their new album, Songs of Experience. Good Morning Football tomorrow at 7, only on NFL.
I bet you his promo doesn't run as long as mine did.
You know what? He probably will. He flashed you a little bit, yeah. Maybe I should say next thing. Here's Dak Prescott. Chris mentioned it earlier. He said this week, I've never been this frustrated my entire football career. You think about Mississippi State, it was the story of the guy who couldn't. They led Mississippi State to terrific success in his 3 years there. Dan Mullen is now the head coach of Florida. Then comes in, as Chris said,
I got it. The place is already flooded, so
the adversity
now
of
what?
3 straight losses here. Good half so far. Back to Cole Beasley there, no timeouts.
So we're good?
Washington's going to get it and go. We're down to 20 seconds. Remember, they have a terrific kicker in Jelly to hit a long one.
Wasted so much time. I don't know what to do with Beasley.
Gonna throw it here. And that pass for Whitney. Looking at back really. Down to 8 seconds until halftime.
Yeah, that hurts because Beasley ended up on the wrong side of the field for the play they had the ball, and he was trying to just take a stance and be able to run a play, and Dak Prescott wanted him on the right side of the field, and nothing but clock ran out.
Bailey is coming off a groin injury. His long field goal of his career is 56, 3 times. They would need to get about 15 yards to get in that range here. So even though it's 3rd and 2, they have to think to get the field goal yardage with only 8 seconds left. And Dak doing that sideline incomplete, so it'll be 4th down with just 3 seconds left. Stacey McGee with the pressure. That's interesting here. 3 seconds left. You just take the Hail Mary shot as opposed to punting the ball at this point?
Here's my question. Can Dak get it there? You know, this is pretty good here. Dak Prescott has been taking a few hits. McGee's going to get him right after that throw. Not sure if he hit the thumb or not, but, you know, ordinarily you go, yeah, just throw it in the end zone, but see if he has that much left with that bad thumb.
Washington puts D'Angelo Hall, who hasn't been playing much of the second. There's one of the 3 DBs.
Maybe they do that little checkdown play to beat them just before the half.
Back loading up, sending it down the sideline, and that's untouchable. And that's halftime. So Washington gets the score before the break. They stop down. They get the ball to start the second half. It's 17-7 Cowboys in the Lexus halftime report with Rich, Tony, and Marshall coming up on Thursday Night Football.
Presented by Walmart.
That is one of the most brilliant plays I've seen in a very long time.
And Boswell's kick is good to win the game.
Hottest toy rollbacks, latest tech, everything you need to rock your Christmas at Walmart.
This year for my cosmic athletes, I want to bring attention to criminal justice reform. There's over 500 years of prison time in this room right now. Substantial change in our communities, especially disenfranchised communities. Being a part of the problem, I strive now to be a part of the solution. So we'll continue to push that message, continue to tell your stories. There's opportunity for reform, and the fastest way to change that is through legislation.
Before knowing today's smart routes, before brewing the morning boost, before first light, and the surprise wake-up call, we are on your side first. Finding out what's up ahead, what can slow you down, putting it all together to give you the first alert. Every hour, every minute, we're putting you first. Before moving forward with your morning, turn to NBC 12 News today, first.
It's good to be home.
Everyone can't wait to see you.
I guess they couldn't stay up.
To all military members stationed home and overseas, happy holidays from America's best-selling brand. During the Ford year-end sales event, take advantage of these exclusive holiday offers, like 0% APR for 72 months plus $1,000 cash back, plus special offers for all military personnel.
If you've got $5, you could fill up on a box the color beige. Or you can get a real meal with a charbroiled double cheeseburger, dog, fries, and a cookie. The $5 All-Star Meals, only at Hardee's.
Send your Hardy Superfan picture for a chance for your picture to be shown during Sunday Night Football. Grand prize winner will win a high-def flat-screen TV. Congratulations to Justin Tucker, this week's winner of the Hardy Superfan contest. Email your picture to sendit12@nbc12.com.
Tracking when the wintry blast of cold air will come into the area after the game.
No one could do what you just did but you.
There's no doubt in my mind, you are a star. Name a country in North America.
North Carolina.
You teach third grade, you say, right?
Buckle up and hold on tight.
What do you call a large group of jellyfish? A school?
Ellen DeGeneres presents the biggest game show on television.
And then I'll play back.
Ellen's Game of Games, special preview December 18th on NBC.
Welcome to the Lexus Halftime Report.
Just what a team struggling on offense needs, a special teams touchdown and 3 takeaways on defense for the first time for Dallas since week 1, where they beat the Giants here in this building to open up the 2013 season. Rich Eisen along with my 2 Pro Football Hall of Famers. To my left, Tony Dungy. We'll never forget about that, Tony. Well, I'll remind you, Tony Dungy and Marshall Falk. Tony, the Redskins couldn't play the worst first half, and then the final few minutes happened. They go into the locker room with a nice gust of wind.
Yeah, and Kirk Cousins gave it to him. He was magnificent on that last drive when they really needed it. Down 17, 3rd and long, backed up in his own end. His right tackle is hurt. Backup tackle and the protection breaks down. And he goes and lays out and gets this first down. Instead of having to punt, they keep the drive going. Now, scrambling again, moving to his left, hitting Jamison Crowder to get a big play, to get him down in scoring position. This was all Cousins on these first 2 plays. And then for the touchdown, he looks off the corner. Orlando Scandrick looks him up to the flat receiver, and then hits the bullet for the touchdown, gives them life.
And Tony, we talked about Dallas Cowboys needing to get this crowd into it. Right after a turnover, Dak Prescott with his legs gets a first down. The crowd got into it, and then they started getting the running game going. This massive offensive line for the Dallas Cowboys started to impose their will on the front for the Washington
Big mouth.
Redskins. It's a 10-point lead for Dallas.
Shut up.
Coming up next,
Deadly.
game between Seattle and Philadelphia.
Do I have to get medieval on your ass?
Party on the rest of the NFL. I love these team celebrations. And the benches are clearing. Garner, and he's in for the touchdown. They've been first team all celebration all year.
Thank you, God.
Thanks.
No. Thank you.
Miracle. So you don't even know what you just did to us.
We're gonna go everywhere together and see everything.
Our well's up in Peru. Follow me, please.
You know that GX is both of ours, right?
Nothing brings out your inner child like the holidays. Experience the excitement of the Lexus December to Remember sales event. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Tuesday, a night of holiday magic. As Will and Grace
Zero,
goes back in time.
At this point, I'll take anything.
To a simpler way of life.
What's your name? Teenage big like they're very
Grumpy.
A Will and Grace gay old Christmas.
Big old grumpy.
You need to get laid.
Followed by a Superstore holiday surprise.
One good birthday.
A comedy Christmas celebration. Tuesday, 9, 8 Central.
If you got any birthday,
You cannot wear a Raiders jersey
Right
like
after
Diamond's
heart
Christmas
attack.
dinner.
Just up and down.
Too much babies.
A lot of pressure on Jerry Jones trying to turn things around.
From the absolute worst to the absolute best.
For 28 years in the NFL, I've had more fun than any human should ever have.
541. Sorry.
Technical.
Big game tonight here in Texas. Another big story today in the Bahamas, where Tiger Woods returned to competitive golf for the first time since February. Let the big dog eat like old school, old times, make some putts. Got some fist pumps.
The mother's most
Oh, yes.
It is.
3 under par 69. He's only 3 shots off the lead of the Hero World Challenge, coverage of which continues tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Eastern on Golf Channel, and Saturday 2:30 Eastern right here on NBC. And as for Sunday Night Football, Tony, Marshall, big game, Seattle hosting Philadelphia. What jumps out at you for this one?
I'm really anxious to see the Eagles. They played great football so far this year, but now they're going into a tough venue against a very, very tough team, experienced team. It's a game that Philadelphia will be favored. How do they play? Are they going to have that same swagger?
It's
just a tough team, but a battle-tested team in the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, it's okay, kid. We know you're normal.
It's okay. But their front end just as good as Seattle's defensive line. I want to see how this offense handles the pressure that's going to be applied on them by Seattle's defense.
And the North, that playoff atmosphere, because Seattle is desperate. They need this game.
And both of these teams facing off against each other before they face off against your Los Angeles in the NFC West. The Eagles are visiting the Rams, and then the Rams visit the Seahawks. We've got it all set up for you on NFL Network, NFL Game Day morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, the kickoff of the week. Baker's dozen games in the afternoon leading up to that Sunday night football game. The Washington Redskins get some huge points before the half to make it a 10-point game, and they get the ball first when we come back for the second half. Yeah.
If you can't turn.
Yeah, I can't see. I gotta take the bag out. Said it's 10 pounds.
Before choosing what to wear, get the morning boost before first light and the first alert. We are on your side first. Sunshine, wind, rain, or snow. The most accurate first alert for every day, every hour. Putting you first. Before moving forward with your morning, turn to NBC 12 News today. First.
Hey, it's Melissa and Jack from 1037.
Now we're with
And Jack from.
I can't wait to see
Well, we can't wait to see you guys on TV December 1st for the Grand Illumination. First, some ground rules. Do not touch the...
Is one of those open?
Anyone for this one? These are open.
Join us at the James Center or on NBC 12 from 4 to 6:30.
Well, this one.
Toyota has taken over Black Friday.
You know what this is?
Savings good through November 30th, including a low RAV lease with just $219 a month, plus 500 Toyota bonus cash. Or buy with 0% APR, plus 500 bonus cash. Or take
I'm actually going to put this in here.
no loss.
That's okay. This is
Let's go. Broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of all audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited. For every color rush jersey purchase,
hey, baby.
the NFL donates to youth programs nationwide.
Hey, sexy.
Why are feet?
For Howard,
This is not
Hey, sexy.
It's too easy.
let's light up the neighborhood.
Yes, hey, sexy.
Week 13 of the NFL season
Hey,
continues
sexy.
Sunday on CBS and Fox. Check your local listings for the game in your area. Bud Light is brewed with 4 essential ingredients to be America's favorite light lager. Grab a Bud Light and enjoy the second half.
You get a look at Dallas, Texas, as we get set
for this third quarter near 20 miles to the west in Arlington at AT&T Stadium. The roof open on this very comfortable evening, 60 degrees here in the Metroplex. Get you caught up. The buzz on that first half, Kirk Cousins 11 of 18. The interception, but also the touchdown, lost a fumble as well. Dak Prescott hurt his hand late in that second quarter. Not very impressive numbers, but running was okay. It was a key part of getting this offense going. Cowboys offense almost as much as they scored in the last 12 quarters. And the defense making an impact. 3 takeaways, a couple of sacks. They were not making impact plays in the last 3 games as well. But this is what everyone around here has been talking about. This is a Dallas team that has not been able to show up handily in the second half the last 3 weeks. Perhaps immaturity, playing a lot of young players, mismatched offensive line. We'll find out now in what, to remind you, is a game that is not must-win mathematically, but essential. Both teams are 5-6. Division is for sure Philadelphia's. They can lock it up, by the way, if Washington ends up winning tonight. But to keep your wild card hopes alive, realistically, got to get this one. Big second half, and Dallas kicks to Washington. And it will be Byron Marshall taking it from the 1. And Marshall will get past the 25 and returns to the 29, 30-yard line. A lot of injury updates. Here's Heather.
Yeah, Mike, we start with the Redskins and on offense. Right tackle Morgan Moses is still considered questionable with that right ankle injury. Meanwhile, wide receiver Maurice Harris is out with a concussion. There is some good news. Running back Samaje Perine has cleared concussion protocol and will return. Now for the Cowboys and quarterback Dak Prescott. Jason Garrett told me that it's actually the top bone on his right hand that is injured. It has a lot of swelling on it. The x-rays are negative, and he can grip the ball and will play.
We'll keep an eye on him, Heather, here in the second half. So here's Perine clearing the concussion protocol with a run there for 1 yard. And Chris, this is really important to Washington for Jay Gruden to have him because of how weak and how inexperienced they are behind Perine.
Yeah, the 2 other backs, Byron Marshall and LaShawn Daniels, 16 days, something like that, they've been on the football team. So they clearly would rather use Perine, although Perine is really just the first and second down back. They use Marshall more on third downs.
On 2nd and 9, it is Cousins. Look out with Lawrence coming around the edge and getting another sack. His second on the night, 13.5 to lead the NFL.
Need some help over here on this guy right here. He is going to have a career night. Secchi tried to give him the one-arm stab that Morgan Moses, the other right tackle, loves to use, but it was just a swank down by DeMarcus Lawrence, and he's having some fun now.
And that runs to the helmet of Cousins. With incidental, 3rd and 16. Cousins again feeling the heat. Steps through the rush, and the run fires complete. And there goes Ryan Grant, the touchdown maker earlier to the 48-yard line. Cousins keeping big plays alive with his legs.
How many times have we seen this now this year? He is just playing with a lucky rabbit's foot or something. He is stepping up through, keeping his eyes down the field, and making throws like that. And now we have another injury.
Well, and that's Trent Williams who they're coming to check out. The athletic training staff out to get Trent Williams.
They don't have anybody left.
Yeah, to play over a tackle.
I promise you, this is not a good situation now. Bill Callahan, their backups to those guys are really just guards. Wanjo and Catalina are guards, and this is a problem.
Catalina had to come in to play 4 snaps against the Giants in your game on Thanksgiving night, and Moses had to come out. So Moses is out.
Rumpy.
He's over the left tackle, playing his 3rd position in the first 33 snaps of the night. Perine runs left, hit hard. Kayvon Frazier came up with a big stick.
Right here, because Kayvon Frazier is going to come up and make a huge play, and this is exactly what they're trying to get. They felt like Byron Jones just a little too small, just a 200-pound guy. So now you bring in Kayvon Frazier, 215 pounds, a big hitter.
Lena, can you hear me?
Lena? Kind of contact. So they are using everybody in that secondary. for the Dallas Cowboys, and it's paying dividends.
I'm fine, don't worry. But listen, your patient was right. There's this group here, and all of its members seem to be immune to the virus. I don't know. They're protected by some local shaman type called the Mother. It only communicates through her priests. I'll try to get in touch with them, but these people don't trust outsiders for shit.
We're so used to seeing Orlando Scandrick in that position, but in his college career, he was very busy getting after the quarterback.
Louisiana Tech, his second-round pick in Springfield, second-round pick last year. A lot of youth in that second-round. To bring up fourth down.
Well, you can just tell now by the phone call Jay Gruden. As full turn I understand there are issues out there with protection. It's not going to get you beat up. You kind of bring back in that situation with the coverage protection.
Good help to the guy who has called plays and his call plays now. Plays something there. Beats it out. The 15-yard line. The Dallas will take over. We'll check Prescott right now. See what you got after this.
Experience the captivating mix of hard to cook with available 306 sauces.
Use the 2017 Prestige Turbo for $2.99 for 36 minutes.
Experience amazing at your execution.
I excel. Back in the line.
I excel through the orange peel.
It's fast. Green to front. There's
Pound it.
EFL.
Hey! Yeah! I switched to Geico and got more! More savings on car insurance! They helped with homeowners, too! Okay! Plus, motorcycle, boat, and RV insurance! Geico's got you covered! Like a blanket!
Houston, you seeing this?
Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
Group celebrations are back and Pepsi's all for it. So I'm here celebrating with Jack Prescott and teammates. Hey, and there's Deion Sanders from 1995.
So, bro?
Okay.
I'm excited to be a Summer. I'm excited to be here. I'm enjoying every moment of it. It's like when I was younger. I'm out and having a good time. And that's how I have to keep it. To win again would be everything.
Chris, we were watching the break. Dak Prescott working that right front.
Yeah, and he had it all taped up. Trying to keep the swelling out of that hand so he could finish the game.
Drive starts to Dallas at the 13-yard line. Gives to Alfred Morris. Reads it back to the left. And gets to the 20-yard line. Gain of 7. Big collision with Stacy McGee, the defensive lineman.
Stacy McGee has big collisions all the time. That joker, I tell you what, I've seen him now 3 or 4 weeks in a row because we've had a few Redskins games. He lights people out.
Former Oakland Raider, that's 7 a first down run. Different story from the first half. And that's 2nd and short. And Morris gets it as Matt Ioannidis makes the tackle for a first down.
Now here is one of the staples of this offense for that full center guard, and sometimes if you get Ezekiel Elliott, he'll slam it inside and then use that great speed to pass it out of the arc, and it's a real backbreaker for defense. Alfred Morris ran that play, and he got the first down and all those things, but you're not seeing those big explosive plays out of that play.
Here's Dak on the move with time to throw, incomplete for Jason Witten. Going to take one pass this week.
Let's take a look at this key matchup over here. Lyle Collins on the outside, working against Carey. 2 sacks. Their leading sacker on the Redskins. And really, he's played very well tonight. Everybody knows what a great run blocker Collins is. He's tremendous. And the assumption is he's going to get better and better and better as a pass protector. And I think you're seeing it here tonight.
Guard last year picked out how to tackle. He's kept Carey a 9-sack man off the board thus far. Run in that direction, and another good run with Mars out to the 31-yard line. Do you see an offensive line starting to play a little bit better as we're going through this game?
Absolutely, and they can wear people out. And when you look back at this game, I think it's just going to be, here's just another one of those inside zones, everybody moving that way. But when you see Travis Frederick's guy about 6 yards down the field, you know it's working. And which way is it going? Some defensive lines end up on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Sometimes Travis Frederick takes his guy back 5-6 yards.
Mars out, Ron Smith the back. Get her on spread. 5-1 in the pattern. Prescott had to release that from an odd launch point. Incomplete. They wanted a flag downfield as Smith was tangled with the linebacker down Harvey Clemens. But no flag and third down.
Boy, what a nice job of coverage there by Josh Norman, who's, since he came back from a bit of an injury, hasn't quite put up the same numbers, but that was tough coverage right there. Beasley so lightning quick, and you can see Norman just knew what he was going to do and forced Dak to make an absolutely perfect over-the-top throw to hit him, and he couldn't.
Chris Jones set to kick it away. Jamison Crowder back. 45 of the kick, fair punt by Crowder, and Washington will take over at their own 24-yard line. 5 minutes into this third quarter, Dallas by 10.
So the decision to downsizing takes some money, pressure right off. We live like kings. We're really strapped. Maybe you back up a little. Much garlic in the salsa. Sorry.
In leisure land, your $100,000 translates to $12 million.
Pretty nifty, huh?
Let's go for it.
Little.
Downsizing. You think we're in the normal world, and then something happens.
December 22nd. Hey, man. Nice man cave.
Nacho?
What? Stop it.
We've been saving a lot of money ever since we switched to Progressive.
This bar is legit.
And now we get an even bigger discount from bundling up.
I can get used to this.
It might take a minute.
Swing and a miss. Slam dunk. Touchdown. Scores.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter how you wrap it. Your gift is already wrapped in America's most awarded network. Blanche, it happened again.
A gift is only as good as the network it's on.
Do you want to go?
That's exactly what I asked for.
Let out your inner child at the Lexus December to Remember sales event.
Lease the 2017 RC Turbo for $299 a month for 36 months.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
How about a little Throwback Thursday brought to you by Walmart? Rock this Christmas with Walmart. Where were you 30 years ago tonight? I know where Al Michaels was. And Bo Jackson. There goes Bo. And nobody catches Bo. Touchdown. He may not stop at Tacoma. I think he's gone. Here goes that great line. As well, 30 years ago, Bo Jackson's birthday then. That was his rookie season. So his birthday tonight, 55 today. Vincent Bo Jackson.
Who was that guy with the high voice?
You stop that. I'm defending my friend Al. Kirk Cousins first down throw is complete to Miles Paul. First grab the Kings tight ends off the stat sheet here this evening in Arlington. Gain of 3 there to the 27-yard line. Boy, we were watching during the break, Chris. Keep watching Dak Prescott's right hand. Look at the swelling there.
Yeah, it's all right there. as it swells, the flexibility in that thumb starts to decrease as well. But none of that's an issue until Washington gets some points on the board. What the Redskins need is to force Dak to start throwing the football so they can get after him. They need a touchdown.
2nd and 7. Samaje Perine runs to the right, looks for the opening. He is twisted forward. They'll be very close to the first down with that twist there.
Samaje Perine is one of those guys that gets stronger as the game goes along as well. I can remember him at the combine bench pressing. It looked like he was never going to stop bench pressing 225. He is just a hammer of a back. And, you know, sometimes college running backs can look great because they have those wide hands and you can outrun people down the sideline. NFL, you're not outrunning anybody. So somebody who weighs 235, 236, they can run 4.65, and that's pretty darn good pros.
Ball start. Offense. Number 79. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
78 there. Cousins was pointing back to the Dallas D-line.
Yeah, well, watch what they do. They end up doing a lot of movement pre-snap, and it just messes with the offensive line. You see the Patriots do that sometimes down the goal line. Well, they have to lose. They might lose a half a yard. We saw that earlier in the game. And if the other side jumps, then they get a 5-yard penalty. So some of those shifts can be awfully tough. They were the last time this team did play.
First and 15, and Cousins gets diverted to Davis, who's still rolling around. And Davis on the sideline, punched out of bounds there on the 38-yard line.
Yeah, Vernon Davis really hasn't been that much of a factor. He's a big play tight end, can still run. And I don't know why that he just hasn't been quite as big a part of the offense the last couple of games that we've seen. Maybe they need more protection. That's probably the answer. He's over here right up on Lawrence there.
I don't think anyone's ripping that off of his neck. He's like collar around the back of his neck there. This is 2nd and 6. That pass completed to Ryan Grant. And he'll get the first down to the 46-yard line. So to work on some of these corners here. That time throwing at Jordan Lewis to work.
Jordan Lewis was sort of the guy that came in and Scandard replaced him, but the star attraction so far in this one has been Chidobe Awuzie, the 2nd-round draft pick. Had so many injuries all season long, hamstring, and just couldn't get on the field. But now tonight, he is making an impression.
10 Washington. Play action Cousins, chased by Lawrence, got away from him, and completes it back in the middle of Niles Paul to the Cowboys side, 48. Pick up his 6.
Okay, let's take a look at Chidobe Awuzie. Comes right out early on. Watch him strip this ball out. It looked like a drop, but in actuality, it was a strip. Awuzie making a play, stripping the arm away there. One more time for good measure. That's what a 2nd-round draft pick at corner is supposed to do. They let so many guys go in that secondary. We'll go through it here in a minute, but these rookies are going to have to step up.
The 2nd-rounder, 60th overall pick, tossed to Perine. Can't get out to Trent Williams' block because it was read by Kayvon Frazier, the 2nd-year man coming up to make the play.
He is making a difference, isn't he? Man, they may have hit on the right formula. Here comes all the way out of the secondary. Remember, he's a 215-pound guy, the bigger safety. You think about some of the bigger safeties in the league. Clinton Diggs, Landon Collins, some of those guys. And maybe they have found him one, just didn't get him on the field soon enough.
There's a lot of mixing and matching going on in that secondary now. Frazier comes out, Heath comes in, passing down. 3rd and long. Dallas using the roster, using everything they can here. Cousins to Marshall. Not going to get there. Midfield is it. Rod Marinelli, the defensive coordinator, will love that tape. His guys swarm to the ball before the punt on 4th down. Here's Heather.
Well, Mike, actually, Jason Garrett agreeing with what Chris just said when I talked to him at halftime about the changes he made to his secondary and how it's paying off. He was stoked. He got this huge smile on his face and said just how proud he was of that group's execution of the game plan and their ability to limit the explosive plays so far in this ballgame.
Chris mentioned it. The names in the roster have changed back there. The production tonight has been strong with these young guys. 34 on the kick. Fair cut by Beasley out to 16. So Dallas will take over there. About a third of the game left. Cowboys are up by 10.
Nuri, it's all right, buddy. Here you go. I'm Bilal. That's Nuri, my brother.
Kyle Crane.
Pleasure to... sorry. So what can I do for you, Kyle?
At the Lexus December to Remember
I
sale.
heard the locals might need a
This is the
hand with a few
2018
things.
NX300
Oh, yeah,
for
Joseph
$319 a
told
month
me
for
you'd come.
36 months.
I heard all about you.
Listen, I'm just trying to help the people back in the city.
Hey, helping the infected, you don't have to explain that to me. I get it. My bro got bitten about 2 months ago.
2 months? And he hasn't turned?
I couldn't believe it either, but hey, there he is, still in working order. I'm like this one. Just take a look at the board over there. Jasir ain't lying. We could use plenty of help. Man, I'm envious of your ride. It's the only working vehicle I've seen for a while.
What's in the
Tell you what, if you bring it back here and let me look inside from time to time, I'll give you something to drink.
barley,
Make it even
rice,
sweeter.
water, and hops. Here's to the beer you can always count on. Brewed to be America's.
I'll take you there. I'll take you there. Ain't nobody worried. I'll take you there. Oh, let me take you there. I'll take you there. Oh, let me take you there.
Name a country in North America.
North Carolina.
Ellen DeGeneres presents the biggest game show on television. Ellen's Game of Games. Special preview December 18th on NBC.
You'll like this Tuesday, a night of holiday magic. Will and Grace go back in time, followed by a Superstore holiday surprise. Comedy Christmas Celebration, Tuesday night, Eastern at 7, 8 Central, here on NBC. Back at Superstore as well. Cowboys take over the 160. Back to Mars, trying to get back. More space being created by this offensive line. Gain of 8 there. We've been watching Dak Prescott's hand, which was hit earlier. Cooper rushes the quarterback. Rookie free agent out of Central Michigan, who won the number 2 job in the preseason over Kellen Moore with those impressive numbers. Played his big games last year at Mount Pleasant, Michigan. Kelly Short Stadium. It's a little bit different venue and a little bit bigger stage. If the Cowboys have to go to him. Prescott hanging there through the hand injury, which was x-rayed before halftime. Morris will carry again against his old team. Alfred Morris with a first down. As he moves close to 70 yards on this time.
Yeah, just a minor point here, but Dak Prescott up under center now, taking some snaps. So that is a good sign for this offense as well, and an important sign, because really at this point, you're the Dallas Cowboys. You'd love to never throw another pass. Just let Alfred Morris and this offensive line go to work, and you can feel the momentum building. I would think Washington now is going to start getting into some man coverage and putting extra bodies down around the line of scrimmage.
Morris, Prescott looks, first look not there. That pass is caught. Terrence Williams able to grab it for the first down at the 38-yard line.
Well, Tyron Smith is a guy that you don't always want to mess with. Ryan Kerrigan, one of the best pass rushers in the league, just gets taken to the turf. And then there's Dak Prescott, and that was some timing out there with Terrence Williams. He threw that ball well before the break. But when this offensive line is intact, playing like that, it's fun to watch.
The 38, they'll go back to the first down runs with Morris, who continues to get that first contact a little deeper and a longer run.
Well, here they go. The Dallas Cowboys offensive line, they love that outside zone play, and then they just let Morris read it out. Here they go again. A couple of yards before contact. Watch the double team here between the left guard Cooper and Travis Frederick. Taking him down the field. Ziggy Hood, there's 5-6 yards down the field. And if that big back Alfred Morris, who had some incredible years with the Washington Redskins, get through the line of scrimmage, he's tough to handle.
Goes again, a good read there. Wasn't open to the left. Got him over to the right. Got him into Washington territory. First down to 46 for number 46.
Okay, my saying is always, anybody can run through a hole. Making a hole, that's the hard part. Look at this hole. Good run by Morris here to jump back in there. But that is a gaping hole inside for Morris.
You said it, Chris. When he came in with Robert Griffin III's class, 3,000-yard seasons for Washington, fell off in 2015. They decided not to pay him, not to invest the money in the running back. Now his second year here in Dallas. They fake to him this time. Prescott on the run. That's going to be out of bounds. Trying to get it in time to Bryce Butler. Timing was off. It'll be second down.
Yeah, and one of the reasons that they didn't feel like Alfred Morris would end up being a big money guy is because he's a first and second down back, right? I mean, we can see he can run the football. He's a tremendous runner. But for the Dallas Cowboys, one of the problems is the Washington Redskins also know he's not much of a receiver. So when he's in the game, they can load up and try and stop the run. The problem is you got to get through Dallas' offensive line to stop that run.
He's out route. Smith is in, and they're going to run Smith this time. We'll carry to the 42, though. Lewis forward progress there as we're inside of 2 minutes left. That's a tough one because the one thing about Ezekiel Elliott, who, as you know, is going through that 6-game suspension, this is game 4. Ezekiel Elliott, you don't know what they're going to do because you can throw to him, and he's very effective in the passing game. He's become more so this year. So Jason Garrett, look, the Cowboys see the same stuff we all do. Just got to figure out how to mix it up a little bit, not telegraph what's going to happen by the running back in.
Well, that's how you end up with the fourth overall pick in the draft. Right? Do it.
5 in the pattern here on third down. The pass complete to Des Bryant. Stops on a dive. Runs into the secondary. Brought down by Swearinger at the 18. First down, Cowboys. Gain of 24.
You are starting to see some of that man coverage, but you're also seeing Dak Prescott.
Must be offline.
That was a shot in there to Des Bryant. And then Des almost inevitably makes that first guy miss. He just, for a big guy, has that quick first step and then some power on the back end of it. When you play man coverage, that's who you have to deal with right there.
And the motion on the back end of it, too, from one of the longest catches had in about a month. Morris to the right to the 16-yard line with 1 snap left. In all likelihood in this third quarter.
Yeah, but now the defensive play calling gets tougher. I mean, you really do. You understand what you have to do now if you're Greg Minuski. You're starting to bring down the safety to Shazer Everett. So now everybody in the building is starting to understand if you want to go to Des Bryant, you have him one-on-one.
Looking that way, it's covered. Prescott steps up, runs, ducks down to the 13. And that should bring this third quarter to an end. The fourth quarter is going to start with a big third down. Jason Garrett's team would love to punch it in, take a 3-score lead. Cousins and the Redskins can stay close. After 3 in Arlington, 17, Washington 7 on Thursday Night Football.
Saturday on NBC.
There was a time when the world was lit by candle flame and lantern glow. In the waning of the year, new wonders blazed to life, and night outshone the day. There was a time when one could see things in a clearer light. It was a glorious time. It was last night at Biltmore. When night falls, Biltmore glows.
The holidays are coming, and so is the family. Xfinity will have you ready. Xfinity delivers the best in-home Wi-Fi experience for your devices. Plus, you can get Xfinity Mobile included with your internet, so all you pay for is data. Get ready for the holidays with this limited-time offer on Xfinity TV and internet, just $79.99 a month for 2 years, and add X1 DDR service free for a year. Or ask how to get a $500 prepaid card when you add Xfinity Mobile. Click, call, or visit a store today.
Five Below Face. It's that feeling when you literally can't believe how cool this is. And everything is only $1 Nothing beats the gift of Five Below Face. It's love.
When your skin is feeling dry and crinkly, time for Gold Bond Healing Lotion. Penetrates 10 surface layers deep with 7 moisturizers, 3 hydratants. Skin is nourished, healed, healthy looking. Gold Bond Healing. Ultimate lotion, ultimate skin.
Regular weather, you're going to strike for tomorrow night's rain illumination tonight after the game.
Music has returned.
How do I stop
birthday. Did Julie get this? Jesse?
Anyone want a trade? I'm finishing my coffee and getting the hell out of here.
Better late than never. Special preview December 11th on NBC.
Look at downtown Dallas as we remind you our aerial coverage is provided by Geico. Fourth quarter. AT&T Stadium open here in Arlington, like Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, Heather Cox. You see the brain trust for these two teams in a crucial play to start the quarter. Third and 5 from the 14-yard line. Prescott ends up, goes up and gets it. Touchdown, Cowboys. Flag is down. Where the catch at? Dez demanded the ball. He got it and got Dallas a big touchdown.
No mystery. Straight man-to-man. They showed it right away. It was set up with the way they were able to run the football behind this offensive line and Alfred Morris. And that is Dez Bryant. That is the tiebreaker. You have to have guys that can win one-on-one battles when it is available to your quarterback. And all they had to say is, give it a ball.
That's what they did after the 24-yard reception at the end of the third quarter. And you're right, Chris. You said that's the tiebreaker. It truly was the tiebreaker as Bailey adds the extra point. Dez Bryant, now #1 touchdown receptions, Dallas Cowboys history. Breaks the record tie with Bob Hayes. Flashes the X for number 72. And Dallas is on top 24-7.
He's a NASCAR champion who's faced thousands of drivers. She's a world-class swimmer who stared down the best in her sport. But for both of them, the most challenging opponent was
PE blood clots in my lung. It was really scary.
DVT in my leg.
I had to learn all I could to help protect myself.
My doctor and I chose Xarelto.
Xarelto, to help keep me protected.
Xarelto is a latest generation blood thinner that's proven to treat and reduce the risk of DVT and PE blood clots from happening again. In clinical studies, almost 98% of patients on Xarelto did not experience another DVT or PE.
Here's how Xarelto works.
Xarelto works differently. Warfarin interferes with at least 6 blood clotting factors. Xarelto is selective, targeting just one critical factor interacting with less of your body's natural blood clotting function. Don't stop taking Xarelto without talking to your doctor, as this may increase risk of blood clots. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. It may increase your risk of bleeding if you take certain medicines. Xarelto can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. Get help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling. If you've had spinal anesthesia, watch for back pain or any nerve or muscle-related signs or symptoms. Do not take Xarelto if you have an artificial heart valve or abnormal bleeding. Tell your doctor before all planned medical or dental procedures and before starting Xarelto about any conditions such as kidney, liver, or bleeding problems.
You've got to learn all you can
to help protect yourself from DVT and PE blood clots. Talk to your doctor about Xarelto. There's more to know.
All smartphones are more or less the same, right? But this is the Moto Z.
Hello, Moto.
Can your phone turn into a projector? Because a 70-inch projection beats any phone screen. And they might be bragging about portrait mode, but can your phone go beyond and transform into a real 360 camera? It's time to reinvent your smartphone. It's time to move on. Moto Mod on the new Moto Z from Motorola. Available at all major stores.
Tonight, Fallon has Kumail Nanjiani.
Award them?
And NFL superlatives.
He was voted most likely to wear short shorts when he washes his car.
Plus, New York Knicks, Kristaps Porzingis, Miguel Performs, and hashtags. New Tonight Show.
We're in the top 4 of the Premier League Saturday morning. Man U, number 2, visiting the Emirates, take on Arsenal. Chelsea and Newcastle United before that. So we're in the top 4 on the table. You'll see Premier League morning on NBC. Ball bobbled and picked up and going nowhere with Fuller delivering it out the 15-yard line. So problems for Washington, as we mentioned, going to break. For Dez Bryant, career touchdown reception number 72. Passing the ball through Bob Hayes, all-time most Cowboys touchdown reception.
You know, the great thing is whenever you see Dad get mad at nobody, you know something happened. You don't know exactly what it is. But Des has been mad at everybody and nobody, and he's been yelling at the bench. It's one of the best parts about playing football.
Washington's got to go down 17 from their own 13. Samaje Perine on the backfield gets the first down. They're trying to get this drive started here in the fourth quarter. It's the passion that this team has needed. Remember, it's the first thing Dak Prescott was talking about with us yesterday. Energy, those energy moments that came from the Ezekiel Elliott runs that haven't been there. Des provides some of that here. As he throws, Crowder catches 8 of 15 to the 38-yard line. James not letting any ball get too far away from him the rest of the night.
How many times could you say in a 24-7 game, and you look at Des, he's still mad. In a 24-7 game, but the quarterback for the 7 team is playing really well.
Lessons again, check it down. Perine, 4 to the 42. 2nd and 6. Well, the numbers that matter the most for Jason Garrett and Jay Gruden, guys who've known each other for a long time. Carolina, Atlanta, in those last 2 wild card spots, tonight's winner 6-6. Atlanta's got a tough game against Minnesota. Seattle Phillies the Sunday night game. As Perine runs to 45. Both of those teams could lose those games. If they do, then that last wild card spot is 5 losses. Tonight's winner would be sitting 6 losses.